$20,000 raise sounds significant. After taxes, that's roughly $13,000. Without a capture system, Lifestyle absorbs most of it within 6 months. Net capital impact, close to zero. I am a Boeing 747 first officer earning $220,000 this year. In 2028, I will receive roughly a $60,000 raise, maybe more when I upgrade to captain. Today, I am breaking down the race capture system. This is the 4-layer protocol that intercepts 90% of every race before Lifestyle can touch it. I will show you exactly what happens when you route a $5,000, a $20,000, and a $60,000 race through this system layer by layer. In the last video, I introduced the salary trap, the structural reason high income fails to produce wealth without routing. Today is the fix. Here is where most races go. A race arrives, it hits your checking account, mixed in with your regular paycheck. There's no flag on it, no separate routing, no rule that says this money is different than the money before. So it behaves like the rest of your income. It flows into the same spending patterns, rent stays the same, but maybe the dining frequency goes up, the car payment feels a little more justifiable, and within 3 to 6 months, your financial floor have risen to absorb the race entirely, and you're back to where you started. Earning more, but keeping the same. I call this the race leakage. And over a career, it is the single most expensive structural failure a high earner can have. Consider a professional who receives an average raise of $15,000 per year over a 20-year career. That is $300,000 in total raises. The fix is not a budget. It is a routing sequence that intercepts the raise at the source and sends every dollar to a specific layer before your lifestyle even registers the increase. Every raise flows through 4 layers in this exact order. The sequence is structural and every layer must be satisfied before the next one receives capital. So layer 1, fragile debt elimination. If you carry any income-dependent debt, car loans, personal loans, high interest balances, the first dollars of every race will route here. Every dollar that goes to debt service is a dollar that cannot compound. So a $600 monthly car payment at 7% interest is not just a payment. It's a structural leak that costs you years of compounding time. I carry a home equity loan at 8.5% right now. $685 per month leaves my system before it can build anything. That is my layer 1 target. Until it is eliminated, every raise I receive routes here first. Think about what that single debt costs over 5 years in compounding opportunity. $685 per month redirected to an account growing at the market average, say 8%, produces $50,000 in that same period. Debt is not just a monthly payment, it is a compounding cost that accelerates every year you carry it. Layer 1 exists to seal the leaks before you try and fill the tank. I've built a calculator that I use to route my races, and you can plug in your own numbers in the pinned comment to see your 10-year wealth gap. Layer 2, liquidity reserves. Once fragile debt is eliminated, the race routes to building a cash buffer. Whatever you're comfortable with, 3 to 6 months of fixed expenses in an accessible account. This layer exists for one critical reason. Without reserves, every unexpected expense forces you to pull capital from investments or take on new debt. That is the single disruption that can erase months of compounding progress. I found this out when I was furloughed during COVID as an airline pilot. Reserves are not idle money. They are the structural protection that allows every other layer to function without disruption. I am building my reserves in 3 phases. First, make sure you have $5,000 no matter what. Then $10,000 after the home equity loan is cleared. And eventually I want to have at least $20,000 before I create any other expansion in my life. Layer 3, tax advantage accounts. After reserves are funded, raised dollars flow to accounts that shelter income from taxation. This would be 401k contributions first, up to the annual maximum, health savings account if you have access to one, Roth IRA. All of these will be discussed in later videos. For a professional earning $220,000, maximizing these accounts alone can shelter $50,000 to $70,000 per year from current taxations. My employer contributes 16% directly into my retirement account, so that is roughly $35,000 per year that compounds without touching my cash flow. When I layer my own routing on top of that, the tax advantage stack grows at a rate most high earners never achieve because they never mapped the full sequence. Layer 4, bridge capital or brokerage. This is where races become optionality. After your fragile debt is gone, your reserves are funded, and your tax advantage accounts are maxed, the surplus dollars route to a taxable brokerage account. This is an account that is deployable before your retirement age. These funds will be accessible without any penalty, and they're compounding now. It creates the option to reduce work, change careers, or be present for what matters years before a traditional retirement timeline. Most high earners only invest inside of retirement accounts, but that locks your capital until you're 60. Bridge capital, it sits outside of those walls. It's the account that gives you choices at 40, 45, at whatever age that your math supports it. After all 4 layers are funded, 10% of the raise goes to lifestyle. Not before, but after. That is the 90-10 rule. Now, let me show you what this produces with 3 real scenarios. Scenario 1, a $5,000 raise. After taxes, this would be roughly a $3,300 per year raise, or $275 per month. If you applied the 90-10 rule, that means 90% goes to the system, $248 per month, and 10% to lifestyle, $27 per month. If you're in layer 1, that $248 accelerates your debt payoff. On a loan at 8%, that additional monthly payment eliminates roughly $3,000 of principal per year and saves hundreds on future interest. Even a small raise, properly structured, compounds. Scenario 2, a $20,000 raise. So after taxes, net increase is approximately $13,400 per year. If you're at layer 4, routing $990 a month into a brokerage account, averaging 8% annual growth, that single raise produces approximately $72,000 over the next 5 years. Without the system, that same $20,000 raise produces $12,000 in scattered savings over that same period, and the rest is likely to disappear into your lifestyle. Scenario 3. So this is the big one, say a captain upgrade or a career change of some sort. My income trajectory shows a jump from roughly $240,000 to $300,000 when I upgrade to captain. Through the raise capture system, 90% means $3,000 goes to the layers, and 10%, $330 goes to lifestyle. Without the system, the same $60,000 raise would inflate lifestyle by $30,000, maybe $40,000 per year, and the net capital would be marginal at best. Here's what you can do in the next 30 minutes to build a minimum viable capture system. First, identify your current layer. Do you carry fragile debt? Then you're in layer 1. Are your reserves below 3 months of fixed expenses? Layer 2. Are your tax advantage accounts maximized? Layer 3. If all 3 are handled, then you're in layer 4. Calculate the net value of your last raise. Take the gross amount, subtract the marginal tax rate, and that is the actual dollars available to route. Apply the 90-10 split, 90% to your current layer, 10% to lifestyle. Write down both of those amounts. Set up one automatic transfer on your next payday that routes the 90% allocation to the correct account. If layer 1, maybe an extra debt payment. If layer 2, a savings transfer. A layer 3, increase 401k percentage. And layer 4, maybe a brokerage transfer. A raise without routing is a lifestyle subsidy. A raise with routing is a compounding accelerator. The raise capture system is not a budget. It is not discipline. It is architecture. You build it once, you automate it, and every raise from that point forward flows through the system without requiring decision each morning. I built this system because by the time my son turns 18, I want the choice to be home without financial pressure. That choice requires deployed capital. Deployed capital requires a system that captures income before lifestyle absorbs it. In the next video, I'm going to break down the 5 specific financial mistakes that high earners make repeatedly. These are the structural errors that keep the salary trap running, the same errors the raise capture system is designed to prevent. A raise is not income, it's raw material, and what it produces depends entirely on the system it flows through. Build the routing now before the raise arrives, and the system does not require more money. It requires a destination for the money you already earn. Watch that next video now.